Lamar back with another Grand Arena video. 3v3 finals of week 3. Alicia, Danita, Darth Revan, and Malik in arena. Very few defensive wins, so we can set a strong defense and hope that we hold her. Some Relic CLS team, Relic Jedi Knight Revan team. The only Relic on that Darth Revan team is Malik. Let's check some speeds. R2 is the fastest. Interesting. 274. So that means they won't outspeed any of my meta teams, so I should be okay to put them on defense and count on them hopefully getting holds. Obviously they can be taken out with the right compositions, but we've got my Jedi Knight Revan with Yoda and Jolie, and then Bugs and Phoenix. And then I put Padme and Darth Revan on the bottom, both in their strongest defensive forms. So most of my meta characters are going to be on defense this round, so we'll have to kind of switch it up for offense. Junk in the back, and then Chimera with Galactic Republic. I put Crew in there to try to get an early stun and just kind of hurt them a little bit more in that way, and also kind of distract from going after Anakin. But we'll have to get through some Phoenix, a Jin team, Padme. Padme should be a little bit tough, but it's Gear 11, Anakin, 6-star, so a little bit easier in that sense. Then the Karth team and a First Order team. Fairly weak First Order, but I don't like to underestimate them either. So first, let's take out this Karth team. Want to see the back wall. We'll take in Palpatine here. Start out with an AoE, dispel the buffs, feed turn meter. Feed turn meter over to Palpatine. Let's see if we can get some stuns. We got 2, perfect. Then we'll probably just fracture Zalbar, because if we don't, then he's going to taunt in a little bit anyway. So now that he's fractured, we can work on mission, try to get her out as soon as possible. And now we can work on Karth. Let's dispel those debuffs from Palpatine, recover some protection, and now, of course, Zalbar's taunting, so we'll have to fracture him again. And now we can kill Karth. Hopefully we can slow it down. I don't think we'll have time to get 2 more of those protection recovery moves off from Thrawn, but we'll try to stall it out. No, Zalbar's gonna die. It's 53 banners. I used the health heal move from Palpatine because it doesn't do enough damage to my team to lose banners. So we'll take Bounty Hunters in against Kylo Ren Unmasked. I don't like this matchup. I mean, I think I did it before, and I lost quite a few banners because I think they took out Boba last time. But this is a pretty weak crew team. I don't think they can do much damage until they start doing damage, and like they keep hitting me over and over and over again. That turn meter from original Kylo is kind of killer. We were able to one-shot crew though with the big hit from Jango. Luckily we still have Bounty Hunters resolve. Hopefully that can get us through here. Now Boba's dead. Oh, and almost dead again. Now he is dead again. So we will lose some banners here. That's not an ideal situation, but I'm not really counting on this being a banner war. I'm hoping for a full clear, and my opponent doesn't get a full clear. So we are going to be able to maximize, well, maybe. Nope, didn't quite maximize banners after that, so 50. Could have gotten 51 even with Boba gone, but lost some protection on Bosk at the end because Kylo decided he wanted to be an a-hole. So let's see what he's got in back. Some Bugs, some Night Sisters. These are not strong teams. He's got clones, some more Bugs. They're not terribly strong, but they're kind of annoying teams too. They're not easy to get through. So I'm kind of surprised he doesn't have more defensive wins on his record. I wanted to try a few new things here just because I'm not going to get top 10 this season, so no sense in going for banners, but we'll try a Nute team here against Padme. Anakin's only gear 11, so it's not terribly threatening. Kenobi's going to be tough to get through, but I figure with Nute and Extortion, maybe we can get through him. My team's going to be faster than his too, and we get that speed down on them too, so we can probably dispel. We don't need to even dispel because they've only got 2 stacks of protection at that point. And Anakin's going to do his AoE at some point, which is going to give them more protection up. So I don't really want to waste my dispel moves right away. I'm trying to get that extortion to spread to all 3, and we do there. Kenobi's got 20 stacks, so that's not ideal. But that's why we have Zombie in this comp, because as long as Zombie's taunting, we don't have to worry about dying. So Zombie's got the taunt up, but we're able to go a lot faster than them because they're all slowed down from Extortion. Unfortunately, they did get that Dispel there, so then Kenobi was able to one-shot Nute, but Nute's got extra lives, Asajj has extra lives, we can afford some wiggle room here. So keep that Extortion going. It does 20% or 20 or 25% damage every time we use that move. So we're able to really whittle them down slowly. It was kind of a fun matchup, even though we're not going to get great banners, but just seeing their health go down like that, and we don't have those attacks out of turn. We don't really need them. We could do an attack out of turn here, and yeah, we do. I guess it probably did more damage than good, but that Extortion is just killer. Taking them down one by one, and then I don't know if Padme will get another turn here, but she does. Tries to take some banners from Zombie, but we were able to heal up with Asajj, and we take so many turns that we get back to max for health. So 51 banners, just kind of a fun counter there. Let's see, we'll take in some Night Sisters against this GAC squad. This is my main setup for it. I'm looking for Talia here. There she is. Don't really need her, but she's my next best Night Sister, so I do want another Night Sister in there just to be able to make sure I build up health on Daka if we do get deaths. And that we can spread out targets from these Geos, because we don't want them focusing on Talzin and Daka the whole time. So already took out Talia, so we're just gonna start. We don't need to revive her right away because we had 2 characters left, but now once we get down to just Daka, we have to kind of revive, make sure that we don't get targeted down and ability blocked. I don't think they have anybody with ability block on this particular Geo team, but I don't want to get one shot somehow by Spy on Daka too. So after that, our only hope is to hit, and we do recover enough health there to get back to 51 banners. Let's see, what else do we have here? Well, reanalyze a little bit. There's a couple teams here. I do want to experiment with a few different teams, and here's one that's a feat. I need to take Commander Luke Skywalker with Hermit Yoda in a 3v3 match. It just seems so wrong to split up Han and Chewie from CLS, but I figure I'll take it against one of these weaker teams and should be able to get it done. But I just wanted to throw in Ezra just in case to make sure we can get it down, this team down easily. I just don't know enough about Jin and Cassian. I know Cassian has a bunch of debuffs, and I just don't want those killing my team, so thought we'll just play it safe. Yeah, we put the Master's Training on Luke. Could have done it on Ezra, I guess. Ezra has gets more of a bonus from it, from being a Jedi, but whatever, not a big deal. Trying to manipulate their turn meter enough so that they don't get many turns. Jin is gone. Let's see if we can get some debuffs up on K2SO. And he does get an attack there. That's not great. We are able to take him out with our second Master's Training. And 53 banners. Just lost some protection on Ezra. Just enough to count. So then we can check out these Night Sisters. I think that's going to be the next toughest team. I didn't realize Zombie was 6-star and Gear 8. Otherwise I probably would have played this a little bit differently. But I thought I'd bring in Dooku and B1 and Magna Guard. Thought this should do enough AoE damage to get the job done. But then I forgot that Plague still affects B1 for some reason, which doesn't make sense at all to me because he's always at full health. So he should dispel Plague from himself. But it seems to hurt him even worse than anybody else. He's got 2 stacks of Plague right now. And then he's not able to even fully heal Dooku there. And then we're stun locked and they take out... everything went so fast. Took out Dooku, took out Magna Guard. So I just quit out before I loaded turn meter on them. Did not go as planned. So then I wanted to see if this Karth team could take out Night Sisters. I didn't have the highest hopes because I don't have a dispel on this team, but I thought maybe I can just get through Zombie enough, and Zombie is less than Gear 10, so she can't revive the other 2. So if I take out Zombie a couple times in a row, then I should be able to just start focusing on the others. But that Plague, I thought my dots would be able to heal them a little bit faster, so that we could dispel the Plague, but it wasn't happening. The Plague was getting to us way too fast. Zalbar obviously healed, but that was about it. And then we're kind of not looking good here. Zombie dies and then immediately attacks, so she's taunting again. And we're probably just going to have to quit out of this again too. We're going to get stunned and die. So we'll switch it up for a little bit. Just take Nest in for a solo of this Phoenix team. I've done this plenty of times already, this GAC. There's no daze or stun on this team, so I don't have to worry about that. And I can just wait for Nest to ramp up enough damage to start hitting hard enough to kill these characters. Obviously, it would be a little bit easier if Nest were a little bit higher than Gear 11, but there's no real threat to my Nest here. So we can just take our time and slowly take out one by one. So trying to take out Hera, didn't quite happen. Now we did. Now we can take out Chopper. I used to care about what order I took out Phoenix in, but when I'm doing Nest solos, it doesn't really matter because I know it's kind of in the bag. If Zeb were here, I would try to take out Zeb first, just because if he were able to land a random daze, that could time out my Nest, because she wouldn't be able to counterattack anymore, and then they could potentially kill my Nest too, actually. But it would be pretty tough still. But 55 banners, a little bit of makeup for the bad banners I've gotten so far. And he set a negotiator on defense. Shouldn't be too tough. It's a easier negotiator fleet. I should be able to take that out fairly easily with my Falcon fleet. But who knows? My ships haven't been going so great for me lately. We'll take in Bastila with Ahsoka against this Night Sister team now. Just want to get through it now. And Bastila's great because we're going to avoid the Plague. Well, we did get some Plague on Bastila there, I guess. But Ahsoka's got a heal, so we're back up to full health and full protection on them. Don't want to take out Talzin or Daka too quickly, because if Talzin does her basic, Daka's going to revive. But she didn't do her basic, she did her assist. But either way, it wouldn't have mattered too much because Daka wouldn't have been able to stun my characters and wouldn't have been able to kill them to stay revived. So should have probably just done that in the first place, but wanted to test a few things out, see if they worked. Obviously they didn't. So now we've got clones. Clones are probably going to be the tougher of the two teams left. The B1 does have a Zeta, so it might be a little bit of a challenge for some weaker teams. Let's see if we can do this Akbar with C3PO and R2D2 team. I've been wanting to use this team for a while. I didn't realize that I was going up against Rex, and he was just going to cleanse all my debuffs and put tenacity up on the whole team. And this team really relies on debuffs. There's no real damage on this team. It's just waiting for those debuffs to happen. So when they've got tenacity up, that makes things difficult for me. So now they finally don't have tenacity up. I can't cleanse that stun, and now they do have tenacity up again. Rex missed his big shot, got lucky there. Trying to get foresight up. They have that stupid tenacity up all the time, and I can't get through it at all. So this is looking like it's probably a mistake, because I really don't have anything to damage them at all other than trying to get exposes on them, and then I've got to be able to pop those exposes too. So probably should have actually hit there with the Akbar, but now we get one shot, and didn't have time to quit out because I forgot I don't use C3PO ever, and I wasn't realizing that we would quit the battle in time once C3PO was the only one left. So let's see, now we'll probably have to take something a little bit stronger just because they're sped up now. So taking a look at what we've got left, we've got this Kira, I wanted a lead for Han and Chewie. Probably could have just gone in with Han and Chewie alone, but I went down and found Kira just to lose me some extra banners because I haven't lost enough this round. Okay, I've lost quite a few, but yeah, really would have been easy just with the two of them and would have saved 3 extra banners, but oh well. Now, kind of bottom of the barrel for me, I've got HK and Canderous, and we'll throw in B2. No real synergies here. I guess there's droid leadership, but want to get B1 out, but I also want to land debuffs with B2. Probably should have started hitting B1 with Canderous right away, because those triple taps would have taken down a ton of stacks and would have gotten him out really quickly. Instead we got Poggle out, and now we start to realize that we can go after B1 with our triple taps, and he'll be out pretty quickly if we keep that up. AoE, triple tap, oh, just a double tap that time. Now we can take him out. And not good banners, actually terrible banners. 48 banners, that's about as bad as we've seen all season. Now we just gotta clear this negotiator for the full clear. Taking the Falcon. Negotiator matches can be pretty tough, and I struggle against some a lot of the higher end negotiators, can't really beat them, but this one I should be able to manage with Anakin and Gear 11. 5s we just saw wasn't very well geared. Bosk isn't terribly well geared, but they take out my bigs right away, and then I probably shouldn't have done my wiggle with the Falcon, maybe, I don't know. I've cleansed, and then we're kind of just waiting to get a reinforcement in here, and we'll take in, we could dispel, but then we'd want to be able to target down Anakin, and he's still got that unending loyalty on him, so that kind of hurt that Anakin was too slow there. And they brought in their Y-Wing, so we're stuck behind that taunt too all the time. And then Ahsoka comes in and just one-shots my Falcon out of nowhere. So I was kind of surprised by that. And it's not how I was planning on this going. So we need to get Anakin out, because he'll do a lot of damage otherwise, even at lower gear. Of course, we just miss out, and then they do a lot more damage and start taunting again, and then he gets... man, this is just not going well. They get their ultimate, and this probably take a... well, we've got an AoE here, should take out Anakin at least. But we're not going to have any way to get through Houndstooth with this team now, so that's kind of unfortunate. So let's just do as much damage as we can. Let's do an AoE. At least we've got the Phoenix team together for their synergies to hopefully do some damage, but these ships just don't do any damage without attacking out a turn and having the Falcon there. Probably should have taken the Y-Wing in too, that would have been smart, but didn't really think about that beforehand. That would have been nice to have thought about though. And now we're just kind of waiting to die, because it's going to happen inevitably. We brought Biggs in, my Biggs isn't very good, so yeah, it would have been nice to have the Y-Wing there just to hopefully chew through the Houndstooth real quick and be able to two-shot this team. So we'll bring in my other fleet. I don't have a good leader for them. It's kind of frustrating. Eventually, in about a week, I'll have Negotiator so that I can leave Chimera with this team. And I put Vulture Droid and Hyena Bomber, and debating on the third starter. Probably should have left Vulture Droid on the bench for this and to come off the bench, because I want to make sure he survives to get buff immunity on Houndstooth. But with this team preloaded for turn meter, and we've all seen how Ahsoka just hit my team, and they already took out Vulture Droid. Awesome. So now I have literally no way of getting through Houndstooth. If my Spy were better geared, maybe I'd have a chance, but it's not looking good at this point. We can try with Spy, see if we can get some defense down. Well, I did bring my Rebel Y-Wing here, so that's a backup plan. Let's take out Ahsoka. And they took out one of my characters. Do want to take out Fives if I can before he ramps up his damage too much. Let's give us some damage up. Maybe my ultimate ability will help. I don't know even. Let's try to get Fives out. Not quite. Right. So let's bring in Soldier. Why not? May as well bring him in while I've still got some synergies with him. And unfortunately, they have unending loyalty up, so even if I do kill one of them right now, they're going to revive. And one more turn to get to my ultimate. I'm not sure if it's going to matter, but didn't make it there anyway. So I have no ships left to try to take that out, unfortunately. Alright, we come back with a couple hours left in the round. We'll see if my opponent attacked, and they did. They attacked up top, one-shot all my teams. Not too surprising. Jedi Knight Revan was a good team there, but then one-shot my fleet. I didn't even get reinforcements in, so that went quick. And then never attempted anything on the bottom. So, not sure if he just overpowered the top and just knew he wasn't going to get through the bottom, but looks like we'll get a win here again and stay undefeated.